Thank you. I am two-time Golden Globe winner Jim Carrey. You know, when I go to sleep at night, I'm not just a guy going to sleep. I'm two-time Golden Globe winner Jim Carrey going to get some well-needed shut-eye. And when I dream, I don't just dream any old dream. No, sir. I dream about being three-time Golden Globe winning actor Jim Carrey.
Imagine waking up one day to find that everything you've worked for, everything you've achieved, has been twisted, manipulated, and turned against you. Your identity, once celebrated, is now a tool in the hands of a system designed to destroy you. This is the story of Jim Carrey, the man who made the world laugh, only to find himself trapped in a Hollywood nightmare that slowly unraveled his sanity. Jim Carrey, a name synonymous with comedic genius, skyrocketed to fame in the 1990s with a series of blockbuster hits. From Ace Ventura, Pet Detective to The Mask and Dumb and Dumber, Carrey's unique blend of physical comedy and expressive acting made him a household name. But behind the rubber-faced antics and infectious laughter, there was a darker side to Carrey's rise to stardom, a side that Hollywood would rather you not see. How did the industry that built him up so high manage to tear him down so completely? And what toll did it take on the man behind the mask? The story of Jim Carrey begins like that of many Hollywood stars, with a dream and a relentless drive to make it big. Born in Canada in 1962, Carrey grew up in a working-class family that struggled to make ends meet. His comedic talents were evident from a young age, and by his teens, he was performing stand-up comedy in local clubs. His big break came when he landed a role on the sketch comedy show In Living Color, where his over-the-top characters and impressions quickly made him a fan favorite. Carrey's success on In Living Color led to his first major film role in Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, a film that, despite mixed reviews, became a surprise hit. Carrey's performance was outrageous, bordering on absurd, but it struck a chord with audiences. Hollywood took notice, and soon, Carrey was cast in a string of successful films, solidifying his status as one of the biggest stars of the 1990s. But as Carrey's star rose, so did the demands of the industry. The pressure to maintain his comedic persona, to be constantly on, began to take its toll.
Asshole mio, oh sada mia. Holy Testicle Tuesday!
Listen, pet dick. How would you like me to make your life a living hell?
Well, I'm not really ready for a relationship, Lois, but thank you for asking.
Behind the scenes, Carrey was grappling with personal demons, including the strain of fame, the loss of his father, and a deepening sense of isolation. Yet, the more Carrey tried to break free from his comedic image, the more Hollywood tightened its grip. As the 2000s approached, Carrey sought to reinvent himself, taking on more dramatic roles in films like The Truman Show and Man on the Moon. These performances were critically acclaimed, showcasing a depth and range that many didn't expect from the funny guy. But Hollywood wasn't ready to let go of the Jim Carrey they had created. The industry had typecast him as the clown, and any deviation from that mold was met with resistance. The role of Andy Kaufman in Man on the Moon was a turning point for Carrey, a role that consumed him to the point of losing himself. In preparing for the role, Carrey immersed himself in Kaufman's persona, blurring the lines between reality and performance. The experience left him emotionally and psychologically drained, but instead of acknowledging the toll it took, Hollywood lauded his commitment to the role. Behind closed doors, however, the cracks were beginning to show. Carrey's relationships were strained, his mental health was deteriorating, and the pressure to conform to Hollywood's expectations was becoming unbearable. Yet, rather than offering support, the industry continued to exploit his image, pushing him further into the roles that had once made him famous. Carrey's attempts to break free from the comedic roles he had become known for were met with mixed results. Films like The Majestic and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind allowed him to showcase his dramatic chops, but they didn't have the same box office appeal as his earlier work.
Wait.
What?
I don't know.
What
Just
do you
wait.
want, Joel?
Just wait. I don't know. I want you to wait for just a while.
Okay.
Hollywood, it seemed, was only interested in Jim Carrey the comedian, not Jim Carrey the actor. The turning point came with the release of The Number 23, a psychological thriller that was a sharp departure from Carrey's usual fare. The film was a commercial and critical failure, and Carrey's performance was widely panned. For Hollywood, this was proof that Carrey should stick to what he knew best, comedy. But for Carrey, it was the final nail in the coffin. Disillusioned and exhausted, Carrey began to withdraw from the public eye. He became increasingly vocal about the pressures of fame and the dark side of Hollywood. In interviews, he spoke of feeling trapped by his own success, of losing his sense of self in the roles he played. But rather than taking these warnings seriously, the media and industry insiders dismissed Carrey's comments as the ramblings of a man who had simply lost his touch. The climax of this tragic tale came in 2015 when Carrey's ex-girlfriend, Catriona White, tragically took her own life. The media frenzy that followed was relentless, with Carrey being thrust into the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. Accusations and lawsuits ensued, further tarnishing his reputation and pushing him deeper into isolation. The once beloved comedian was now portrayed as a man spiraling out of control. In the years that followed, Carrey retreated from Hollywood, focusing instead on painting and other forms of self-expression. His art, often dark and introspective, became a reflection of the turmoil he had experienced. Yet, through it all, Carrey began to find a sense of peace, a way to reconcile the person he had become with the person he once was. Today, Jim Carrey is a far cry from the rubber-faced comedian that once dominated the box office. He speaks openly about the dangers of fame, the illusion of Hollywood, and the importance of staying true to oneself. His journey is a cautionary tale of what happens when the industry that creates you also seeks to destroy you. But in the end, Jim Carrey's story is also one of resilience. Despite everything, he has emerged with a new sense of purpose, using his platform to speak out against the very system that nearly consumed him. And while Hollywood may have tried to destroy him, it is clear that Jim Carrey has found a way to reclaim his life, his identity, and his voice. So the next time you watch one of his films, remember the man behind the mask, the man who made the world laugh, but who paid a heavy price for that laughter. And ask yourself, what does it really mean to be successful in a world that demands so much and gives so little in return?